Hey everybody, it's Danita Chantel, your host for Bella TV, and I'm here with the very Kristine Leahy. She is an American TV host and sports reporter. You may have seen her on Fox Sport 1, American Ninja Warrior, and The Herd. Thank you so much for stopping by.
Thanks for having me.
You're so beautiful.
Thank you.
We had you in one of our previous issues of Bella magazine,
Yes.
talking about all things beauty.
Yes.
But little do people know that you have both that girly side, and you also have that very smart sports side. Not
Well,
little.
you can be girly and smart at the same time.
Of
can't
course,
you?
yes.
I sure
yes,
think so.
Yes, I sure think so, and you do that very well.
Thank you.
So you're from Chicago,
Mm-hmm.
and you're a sports reporter. You got into the business. Like, how did you merge the two, and what was your goal?
Merging sports and TV.
Yes.
So when I was in high school and middle school, I actually did like musical theater and plays, and that was my passion. I had a voice coach for 7 years. I thought I was going to be Britney Spears. My parents weren't too keen on the idea of me going to college for performing arts, which I understand. So I kind of pulled a trick on them, and I thought, okay, I will just go into TV because that'll be easier, which it was not. So I went to school for sports broadcasting. I tried to play sports, I was bad at them, but my brothers and my dad were great athletes, so I was always around sports and I understood it. I grew up watching the Bulls and Michael Jordan with my dad, and I knew the lineups for every team, and I would make charts, and I was always really into it. So I kind of combined those two things, performing and sports, and went to school specifically for sports broadcasting. And then at the end of college, my parents also did not want me to go to LA for school, so I interned and studied abroad in LA my last year of college and did a bunch of internships in sports, and then I wound up going back to Boston and working for the Celtics and for a radio station called WEI. It's a big one in New England, and that's kind of where I got my start.
You're very determined. And
Yeah.
you're working in a male-dominated field as far as
Mm-hmm.
sports. Now, how has that experience been for you?
It's hard. I won't lie. That is a very hard thing to do, and there's a lot of women, who try to break into the sports industry, and from the athletes being men to the executives being men to the PR people being men to the cameramen being men, you're just surrounded by guys the whole time, and there's often been situations where I'm literally the only female on the staff. So it is hard because men and women just oftentimes have different ways of thinking about things. So even if it's not like a sexist issue, women bring different things to the table than men do just because our minds work differently,
Right.
So you often have to fight for your point of view more than a man would. It's the same as if you're working in a female industry, then there's one guy,
Yes.
He might be like, no, I really do know about this, but women have to do the same thing, and I definitely have. I've had to make sure I'm a little more on my P's and Q's with things, because if I mess up, a guy is going to call me out immediately and say I don't know what I'm talking about, and I just don't even want to deal with that. I've had to kind of get over the stigmas of, oh, well, she just wants to be in sports so she can date athletes. I can tell you right now, I don't want to date athletes. Yeah, and by the way, go for it if you want to. There used to be such a stigma against that too, but the truth is, women in sports are around athletes a lot. They have a lot in common. So naturally, they might date each other, who knows, or even marry each other, and that's fine. But yeah, it is hard. But I'm very proud of how far I've come. And, I've gotten a lot of men to listen to me. And I take it very seriously that there's a lot of other women who are trying to come up in the sports world. And I like being kind of a role model for them. And I keep in touch with a lot of women who are kind of just starting out or have been doing this for a couple of years and try to help them as much as I can.
Well, you're very strong, you're brilliant and smart. You have brought your opinions to the table, whether it's defending teams that you like, going back and forth with banter with certain people. How has that shaped your voice as a host in the industry?
I just speak my mind. I used to be a sports anchor where you would sit there behind a desk and do highlights or read a teleprompter. Granted, I wrote everything that was on the teleprompter, but I don't like that, and I never did, and I knew the whole time that I didn't want to continue to be a sports anchor, so I wanted to transition into something where I could speak freely and give my opinion, and I did. I was lucky enough to be able to do that, and it just feels more comfortable for me. I think, there's two different worlds. You can be an anchor, you can just be more of an opinionist, and that's what I like to do. So I never held back. I say what I think. I try to stay very authentic. I think we're missing a lot of that right now, and people say things just to get ratings, or followers, which by the way that works. But for me, I just can't do it. I have to say what I believe and what I think, and maybe that will get me into trouble sometimes. But I'd rather be telling the truth.
Well, at least you're living your truth and being
Yeah.
who you are, which has led to you being co-host of American Ninja Warriors, which is
Yeah.
an Emmy-nominated show.
Yes.
Guys, talk to us about that experience.
Yeah, so I've done American Ninja Warrior for 4 years now. We're in our 10th season, I think 4th on NBC. And our season finale is actually on Monday night, so you should catch that. Don't be sad. It's a good thing. It's a big episode for us. And then, we're nominated for an Emmy, so that's in a couple weeks. I'll be going to the Emmys. I still have no idea what I'm wearing.
Oh my gosh.
Which is always really stressful, but exciting. But Ninja Warrior has been great. It's a cool show. It's a show that I think everyone watches in the summer with their families, and kids want to be Ninja Warriors, so it's fun.
And you're having fun too, right?
Yeah, and the shoots, I'm not gonna lie, the shoots are really hard. We shoot for like 13 hours overnight. My call time's usually 4 p.m. and we work until 7 a.m. So I drink a lot of coffee, and I probably do about 70-ish interviews per night.
Wow.
So it's challenging, but it's fun, and I like the people I work with.
Wow. So you're sharpening all your skills. You're bringing your A game. You're super brilliant.
Trying.
You are.
It might be like a B plus
Oh,
at like
come
5
on.
a.m. It's a B plus.
Not even an A minus.
Maybe an A minus. I'll take it.
I'll give it to you.
Thanks.
So, you with all that work that you've done in the past, you've built up your reputation. You're working very hard. Talk to us about this new show that you're going to be executive producing and hosting. Congratulations!
Thank you. I'm so excited about this show. It's been so fun working on it, and as you mentioned earlier, I'm very opinionated, so I kind of knew what I wanted, and I had this vision for a show, and it's a different experience to actually get to make some of those choices, and build a team to work with. And it's challenging, but it's been really fun and exciting. I'm just so excited for it to finally get on the air and for people to see it. It's something that's really different. I didn't want to do a sports show that we've seen before. I didn't want to have it be debate. There's great shows for debate. There's great kind of sports center shows too, but I wanted to do something that felt more authentic, kind of newer, played more to a millennial audience, and brought back some themes that I've seen before. So it'll be, I don't want to say it's an interview show because it's not.
It's a nice fusion.
It's kind of like you're just gonna come over to my house, kind of, not my actual house, but you're gonna come over to my house and we're just gonna talk about different things, and it's gonna be a mix of athletes and executives and entertainers.
And what is the name of the show?
I can't tell you.
Oh,
I know what it is. I know what it is,
You
but I
can't give
can't.
us a spoiler.
I'm trying to think of how I could. It's good. I like it. I actually just decided last week what the name of the show is going to be, but we haven't announced it yet. So
Okay. We'll
to
take
announce
that.
it.
We'll take that. But we can also follow you on social media and also get updates about the show and what you're going to be doing and everything, right?
It's Kristine Leahy on everything. So yeah, you can follow it there, and I will be sure to announce it there too.
Well, congratulations.
Thanks.
I know it's not easy what you've done and accomplished with your career, but I'm proud of you.
Thank you. Thank you.
I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
I think so
I
too.
will tune in, and we'll
Thank
make
you.
sure that we watch on Monday for the finale
Yes.
of American Ninja
Yes.
Warrior. And you guys, make sure you check her out on social media, and please make sure you like, share, and subscribe to all things BellaNYMag.com.